Hey guys, Jim here. This is the response video for Mikey's 200 subscriber giveaway. He wants his subscribers to make videos, and he wants to see 5 players from different nationalities, and then he wants to see 5 Latino players, with one of them being from Mexico. So let me get started with the first card that you see here, Fergie Jenkins. All these players are going to be from the Boston Red Sox. That's my favorite team. Been a Red Sox fan my whole life. And I'm going to show you cards of players when they were on the Red Sox. Just briefly, been watching Mikey's videos for, I don't know, a month or so now. I've just got back into collecting only at the first of the year, so I haven't been back in it very long. I somehow stumbled across Mikey's channel. It's a great channel. He does a lot with vintage cards. He has a lot of good information. He has a lot of backstories on the players and the cards, and I really enjoy his videos. If you're not watching his channel, you definitely should check him out. Anyway, so this is going to get started here with Fergie Jenkins. He did play for the Red Sox. He had a lengthy career from 1965 through 1983. He is a Hall of Famer. He pitched for the Red Sox in 1976 and 1977. He compiled a career 284 career wins, and he had a 22-21 record in his 2 years with the Red Sox, and he is from Canada. Next up here I have Koji Uehara. Koji is from Japan, and he was an incredible closer for the Red Sox for a few years. Specifically, remember the 2014 season when he was pretty much lights out, and was a big help to the Red Sox winning the World Series that year. He also had a few other good seasons as a closer. Had a really funky motion, split-fingered fastball that was filthy when he was on. So that's his card. That's a 2014 Topps, and he is from Japan. Next up, Xander Bogaerts. Xander is a good young player, shortstop for the Red Sox. He's put up a few nice seasons. He's still a young guy. He's got a bright future ahead of him, and he is from Aruba. Next up, another young player on the Red Sox, Rafael Devers. He's got a year and a half playing time. He was starting third baseman last year for the Red Sox. Had a pretty decent season for his first full season. He's just only 21 years old still, and he's got a lot of potential. He's a good third baseman. He's got a lot of power. He's a good hitter, and he is from the Dominican Republic, and I'm expecting big things from him in the future. And this is his first Bowman card. Lastly, I have one of my favorite players ever for the Red Sox. I grew up watching Carl Yastrzemski. When I was a kid, he was putting up some nice seasons in the 70s. He's from the United States. This is his 1964 Topps card. And I just always loved Yaz. He was a great outfielder, great defender. He's actually the last baseball player to hit for the Triple Crown. And I believe he did that in 1967. Has not been done since. And he is also a Hall of Famer. Okay, so next up we have the Latino players. I'm going to start off with a prospect, Brian Mata. He is just 19 years old. He's one of the Red Sox top pitching prospects. This is his first Bowman card. He's probably still 2 or 3 years away from playing in the majors. He did pitch in the World All-Star game last year. Anyway, he is from Venezuela. Next up, the catcher for the Red Sox, Christian Vasquez. He's a good backstop. He's a good defensive catcher. He calls a good game. He works the pitch as well. Not the best hitter in the world. He's kind of a low average, but he does come through in the clutch with some good hits on occasion. But he's just a good defensive catcher, and he really knows how to work the pitching staff well. He handles the pitchers, and that's very important for your catcher to do. And Red Sox have a lot of good hitters, a lot of power in their lineup, and so they can sacrifice a little as long as they're getting a quality catcher like Vasquez, and he is from Puerto Rico. Next up, Louis Tiant, El Tiante. He's a cool guy, still a cool guy. He had this funky wind-up when he pitched. He kind of spun himself around, like face almost towards the shortstop, and then he spun back towards home plate when he delivered the ball. It was just pretty cool. I can remember as a kid when I was in Little League trying to throw the ball, to pitch like he did with his wind-up, and you try to replicate it, and it was just very unique. And he'd almost turn his back to home plate as he was in his wind-up. Anyway, he won 228 career wins in the major leagues. He is from Cuba, and a little fact about him: his father was actually one of the best pitchers ever to come out of Cuba. His father's name was also Louis Tiant, or Luis Tiant, and his father pitched many years in the Cuban League, and he also pitched in the Negro Leagues in the 30s and 40s. He was a 2-time Negro League All-Star, and he was also a Negro League World Series champion with the 1947 New York Cubans. And obviously great pitching runs in the family there between him and his son, this guy here, Louis Tiant. And anyway, this is a pretty cool card. It's a Hostess, 1975 Hostess card, and that's Louis Tiant from Cuba. Next up, I have one of my favorite Red Sox players of all time, Big Papi, David Ortiz. Just a great clutch hitter, great hitter all around. But man, that guy would come through in the clutch when they needed a big hit, especially in the playoffs, World Series games. I don't know how he did it under pressure all the time, and he was just one of the best clutch hitters I've ever seen, and one of the best Red Sox players and hitters that they've had in a number of years, and also a great guy. Seems to be well liked by all his peers, and just a happy-go-lucky guy, and always enjoyed watching him play and having him on the Red Sox. So there's David Ortiz. He is from the Dominican Republic. Lastly, my player from Mexico is Hector Velasquez. Hector, he was a big help for the Red Sox last year in 2018 as they eventually won the World Series. He's a good, mostly a relief pitcher, but he did make 8 starts last year. He had 47 appearances, and he was 7-2 with a 3.18 ERA last year, which is not really too bad. That's not too shabby at all, actually. Just a good type of a pitcher to have on a pitching staff, where he comes in relief, but if you need a spot start, he can give you a good start. And just a versatile pitcher. Had a good year last year with the Red Sox. Like I said, he helped out the team a lot throughout the year, and he's expected to do the same in 2019. So that's Hector Velasquez, and he is from Sonora, Mexico. All right, that's my list. So I want to thank Mikey for putting up this giveaway, and I want to thank him for his videos. A lot of great content. Congratulations on your 200 subscribers. I'm sure you're well on your way to 300 and more. And keep up the good work. Thanks.